Hey everyone, Mike from SSW here. I've got Gert, one of our solution architects, the state manager here in Victoria as well. We're going to talk today about upgrading to .NET 9 and some of the points and the reasons why you should do it.
Yeah.
So maybe let's just, from a business perspective, like high level from a business, what's in it for a business?
I think for businesses, it's always about cost savings. Any performance improvements you get with your software automatically translate into cost savings, right? If things are working faster, you're paying less to use those services. And then, of course, the biggest thing with every upgrade is security. With every release, there are better handling of security and outdated components like binary formatter. And that is really important for businesses to make sure that they stay secure and private for that matter.
Yeah. I know there's some AI enhancements at .NET 9. Maybe talk to that a little.
Yeah, so with AI being a big game changer at the moment, they've made it really easy for us to integrate with AI services. In the past and in older versions, there was a lot of code that had to be written and a lot of hoops basically to jump through to get AI working in your solution. But with .NET 9, we get a lot more libraries that we can use that makes it really easy to integrate with those AI services that are out there at the moment.
Okay. So cost and execution, how would, especially if you're further back, .NET 3 or 4, where you've got a bunch of stuff to do, what would be your advice to people that want to sort of go on that journey to get to .NET 9?
Yeah, look, my first advice would be do it as quickly as possible. if you're that far behind, then you're going to have a lot of security risks and definitely not great performance. But I'll probably start with a proof of concept. I'll probably just start and see how it will work, just to mitigate those risks with the migration. The older code is going to work in a different way. You want to make sure when you are migrating up to .NET 9 that it still works, your solution still works in exactly the same way. So that's probably the best starting point. It's always good to measure the performance pre and post upgrade, just to make sure that you are getting that ROI from the migration. If you're not, then something went wrong. So that's a good indicator that the migration was not successful. And then, I guess I'll look at the dependencies. You probably want to audit what you are using. So some of libraries that will be out of date, that's easy to upgrade, but there might be some libraries that had end of life. And that might cause some concerns, or that might cause some issues rather, with your migration, because you'll have to replace those. And that's quite a lot of coding changes to use new libraries that might be doing things in a different way. But if that scares you, it's probably the best to leverage expert consultancies like SSW. We've got a free initial meeting where we can take you through all the steps. We can look at where you're at and sort of give you an idea of how to start and of course, where we can help.
It's I was speaking to one of our other solution architects, Luke, and he had a couple of horror stories of where the company that he was working with thought, look, let's delay it. Costs too much money, too much effort. Now, of course, each new release takes that company further away from the latest release, and when they finally have to get to it, it's more cost, more risk. Security being a big one.
Yeah.
So yes, there's a bunch of SSW rules that you can also look at. Thank you, Gert, for joining us today.
No worries. Thank you very much.
That's it for now.